everybody, Ed Friedland, the Bass Whisperer here, and today we're taking a look at the DeMark Omega Exotic 6. DeMark is a Brazilian company and they're just starting to market in the US. They're available through the Bass Spot in Downers Grove, Illinois. Thanks very much for sending this out for me to review. This is a stunning instrument and I'm sure you're going to enjoy hearing it. I'd also like to thank my good friends over at Dunlop because, this thing came in with factory strings and, they're fine, I guess, but they didn't work for me. They were much too tight, too tense. And, on a 6-string, well, that C string adds a lot of string tension to the overall mix. And thank you, Dunlop, because your strings are the perfect solution to that problem and they sound great. Thank you very much. It has a beautiful exotic walnut top. The body is made from Brazilian mahogany and the center block is premium Brazilian cedar. The 3-piece neck is hard maple with a center stripe of Brazilian Muiracatiara wood. I think I said that right. Hard maple fingerboard, 24 frets, 34-inch scale. The pickups and preamp are hand-built and designed by DeMark, and they're fantastic. Very nice sounding instrument, and the preamp is very well tuned, very well spec'd. When I first inquired about what frequency centers this preamp was set at, I was a little surprised because there's some interesting stuff going on. The highs are set at 10K, which is very nice. It's a airy, sort of crystally, shimmery sort of high end. It's not brittle at all. Now the mid-range, switchable mid-range, and this switch, it goes between 540 hertz and 930, which are unusual frequencies, I thought. I've never seen those chosen, but you'll see that they are perfectly tuned to bring the most out of these pickups, and that's really a wonderful thing. The bass is centered at 67 hertz, which is, kind of different, but again, it gives you lots of bottom without getting muddy, and hey, they were built together, they were designed to work together. It's a beautiful thing. The controls are very simple. We have volume, we have treble, mid, bass, mid-frequency select, and preamp on and off. Let's listen to the pickups now, just the neck pickup in passive mode. Now let's listen to both pickups, passive mode. Now just the bridge pickup in passive mode. As you can hear, these pickups have a really beautiful sort of full range, but not hi-fi. I would say that they to me they feel like a pretty organic type of pickup. Now let's listen to the preamp. We're going to go into active mode and let's just listen to the sweep on each control so we can hear what the frequencies are like. Some bass, 67 hertz. Let's max it. That's a lot. That's a lot of bottom. But it's not muddy, which is very interesting. 67 hertz, huh? All right, let's check out the mid-range. First, here's flat. Okay, I'm going to dial in a little bit. Right now, it's set down at 930 hertz. Without it. 930 hertz with these pickups seems to bring out the perfect mid spot for like finger articulation and that sort of thing. Also, as a cut, like for slapping, it's a very good frequency for that. Now let's listen to 540 hertz. First, here's flat. Now here's some 540. A lot of low mid energy there. It fills out the bottom, you know, it kind of supports the bottom end. In fact, you know, that's without any low end at all on the preamp right now. That's just 540 hertz. Let's listen to the difference. Here's 540. All right, I put the mid-range back down to flat. Let's hear the treble boost at 10K. First flat. Little 10K. You can tell, I mean, it opens it up. It gives it some space around it, but it's not hitting me in the head like bright treble. It's very musical. Now we're going to hear both pickups in active mode, preamp set flat. That sounds really good, just flat, but I'm going to bring in a little bit of lows and a little bit of highs just for some shimmer. All right, let's check it out. All right, I'm going to scoop a little mids out. I'm going to put it back down to 930 and do a tiny bit of scoop there. Let's see what that does. Very nicely set for scooping out some of the acky stuff, but it's not really affecting the overall tone. Now I'll slap on just the front pickup. I've got the bass and treble just a little bit boosted. Alright, now I'm going to slap on just the bridge pickup. I roll the bass up just a tiny bit more and I'm cutting a tiny bit at 930. Of course, one of the great things about the 6-string is the soloing range, and this instrument has a couple of voices that I really like. First, I'm going to go front pickup. I'm going to roll the treble about halfway off and boost the mids at 930 just a touch. Now I'm going to solo a little bit with both pickups up full. I've got the treble flat again, and again still a little bit of boost on 930. One of the things I love about this bass is that even though it's killer for like soloing and slapping and chordal stuff and all of the expanded stuff that you can do with a 6-string, it sounds great when you just play it normal like a regular old bass. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the DeMark Omega 6 Exotic. This is a wonderful bass. In fact, one of the best sounding pickup preamp combinations I've ever run into. You can tell the builder is definitely an electronics guy because the frequencies are just perfectly tuned to get the most out of this instrument without any of the problems of, like, you know, frequencies sort of overlapping and clouding each other up. It's very distinct and very clear, and, you know, it gives you what you want. DeMark essentially runs like a custom shop, and they have several models, and within those models a lot of customization in terms of the materials, the tops, the fingerboard material, all of that stuff, the neck construction. All of these things are somewhat changeable. What I suggest is go over to the bass spot and check out their DeMark lineup. They have several instruments in stock right now, and they're all unique and different in that, you know, different tops, different finishes, different construction. They're incredible instruments, but at the heart of them, they all have these pickups and this preamp. That is some gold right there. I would highly recommend you check into DeMark.